I definitely want to point out the Arch Enemy. Now it seems like we're kind of straying a bit off topic here.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, David, do you have any other questions? Because definitely all the questions that I had prepared after listening to music and looking on the profile. Also, all listeners, definitely check out Machines of Living Death on ReverbNation.com. Check out some of their music, and through there you could definitely contact them, do whatever you want. Some great music there, so check them out there. But yeah, definitely after checking out their profile, I had a good list of 5-6 questions, solid ones, and they seemed like they were answered pretty well, which is a good job on your part.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time, by the way. I did have one more question, and I think we're about to let you off the hook. Going back to the idea of digitally downloading, and Lars Ulrich screaming a hissy fit about it. Does that call into question the motives of Metallica and other bands who have problems with digital download?
I think it originally did when they didn't really understand the potential. I think originally they looked at it as an interruption to their revenue stream. And back then, to be fair, I think they saw it as an interruption to their revenue stream, which basically means that if that stops, they can't really be Metallica anymore. They can't do the big tours. They can't, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And I think a lot of what happened then was literally based out of fear. And this is not to say they didn't have a point, because people were downloading stuff and not buying. But my thing has always been to that is like, your real fans are going to buy your stuff.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I mean, it's like, they're going to want something to sign when they go to shows. They're going to want something to hold in their hand. Your real fans are always going to want that. The people who are like on the fence are on the fence. So I mean, it's why are you screaming about people who don't even know if they're going to be listening to you or Madonna the next day?
Yeah, exactly.
Right, because you've got people like, in this day and age, you've got people like Lady Gaga and other pop musicians listening and, making what seems to be a large amount of money, and most of their music is digitally downloaded. In fact, I would bet you that more than half of her music is digitally downloaded. I wasn't even aware that she had an actual album that I could go buy in a store.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean,
I figured she was only like good for a couple of singles, but apparently like all of her music is played on.
Well, that's the thing though. Many bands, and I'll let you get back to asking a question. Seem like, I mean, I don't know about you guys. I don't know how. I mean, I don't know the figures, and nor is it my business. But I don't know the figures that you get from album sales or what you will get, for instance, because you said it's coming out April 2010. But like, I don't know what you guys get in album sales, but normally bands, typically Metallica or whatever, get large amounts of revenue from the shows they actually play, which I think the illegal download, like Dave was getting at, kind of gets your music out there. Also, like you mentioned earlier, but it's not necessarily the sole revenue intake. Like, for instance, we were at Megadeth, actually. What was it, Saturday, I believe, Billy?
Yeah, this past Saturday.
Yeah, it was Saturday at the National in Richmond, Virginia. And actually the weird thing is, though, Dave Mustaine kind of, as far as I know, kind of was along the same lines as Lars was quite a while ago about physically purchasing the album. Because, I mean, I don't... the way it worked was that
he had I think he had like more of a positive approach to it. Lars was kind of like, anyone who downloads our album illegally is going to be arrested and sent to jail and fined and all that. Dave Mustaine, on the other hand, basically he sold his album in in the merchandise booth, and he said, if you buy our album, Dave Mustaine will sign it.
Which I definitely.
There you go.
Well, yeah. I mean, getting back to that, I definitely think that's good. I mean, obviously having a physical copy, I like having a physical copy, but yet it's a lot easier for me to download stuff online.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to carry around books upon books of CDs.
Yeah, and one of the other benefits, I mean, the thing that's changed over the times is that tapes degrade in quality. I mean, back in the 60s and the 70s, you've got 8-track tapes and vinyls. I mean, say what you will, as well as you keep them, they degrade in quality, but digital downloads, they stay good.
Well, also CDs, for instance, they get scratched.
They get scratched.
Exactly.
Too,
so, I mean, definitely, getting back to that,
sometimes I've had, like, problems putting a CD into my hard drive or whatever because it gets too scratched, or, like, sometimes my computer would even crash. That's how bad it would be.
So, but yeah, definitely, I do completely agree with you when you were speaking about, the digital download, how you were talking about the transfer of data. It's so much easier to get the music out there, which is definitely a good thing compared to what Dave was bringing up about the Lars whole big fiasco, if you will.
Lars Ulrich's.
Yeah. So, Billy, do you have any other questions? Because all mine were definitely answered.
Yeah, I'm pretty much out of things to
Yeah,
ask
definitely.
right now.
One thing I do want to ask, it's going to be quick questions, is I would be interested in seeing you guys in concert and see your show, whatnot. Where is there a place for all our listeners to check you guys out, dates of shows you guys are playing at all?
Right. Well, I mean, we do have a show that we actually just booked the other day. We're playing December 12th at Club 19 in York, PA, which is a really, really cool place. If you live in York, PA, I hear it is the place to go for local shows. You got great PA, great lights, the whole 9 yards. We took that because it was a Saturday show, but we're actually really in the middle of writing a new album right now, doing a holiday thing, spending time with our families, writing a new album. Our original plan was to not even come back out until early 2010, but they offered us a show, and we're like, it's a weekend, it'll be fun, what the hell. So that's the next one. After that, we probably won't be doing any more shows until 2010. And it'll coincide with our new CD release, tentatively titled Erotica, which we're finishing up now. And then we'll, pretty much from the time the album is released until fall, we will pretty much be playing every place we can find on the East Coast. Oh,
definitely. It definitely sounds like you guys have a great plan rather than sitting back on your ass and being like, oh, have everyone call us. You guys are definitely proactive with having a plan. Oh, we're going to spend time with our families, which is definitely a good thing to do. Me being in college knows how important family is. I mean, I was like, oh, family, it's no big deal. But it's definitely good to see you guys spending time with your family. Also, Plans 2010, for your album, is it going to be the stuff you have on Reverb Nation, or is it going to be simply new stuff that has not been released at all yet?
It's going to be new stuff that hasn't been released at all.
All right, so as of right now, you already have one album, correct, for all the listeners?
Yes.
Okay. All right. What I think we could do is I definitely want to speak to you a little bit more, but I think it would be good to possibly go into play a bit more music, and then I definitely want to speak to you a bit more if you don't mind. Would that be fine?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
All right, Billy, you have your iPod or here somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Let me get that back out.
I apologize to all the listeners. We're a bit unorganized. We're all very sluggish, just ready to go.
We're pretty much on Thanksgiving break right now, So I'm already feeling really lazy. But, we're just sort of hanging around. Hope you enjoyed this really long interview. I sure did.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it's long. I mean, it's a very good interview.
I like
it. And also, it's not simply, it's just an interview and that's it. It's helping us out, getting our name out to great local bands. It's also promoting,
we're promoting
bands such as Machines of Living Death, get the music out there, which Billy and I will say that we both do enjoy the music, so any listeners definitely check that out. But so definitely, I think Billy, what music are we gonna play now? Do you have that up right now?
Set list, or
yeah,
is there any requests, anything you want to hear?
Actually, yeah. You know what? Let's see if there's anything that you specifically want to hear other than our set list.
Wow. Do you have anything from the Faceless?
I have one song on my iPod by the Faceless.
Just go for it. I personally own nothing by them, unfortunately, even though I saw them.
Amazing, dude.
Yeah. Oh no, they're definitely great musicians. I will speak when we saw them quite a few weeks ago with In Flames, Between the Buried and Me, and 3 Inches of Blood. The singer, I think it's definitely good. Playing music is good, but you also want to be personal with your fans. And he came down, said hello to one of his friends in the crowd. But shaking hands with myself, I don't know if he shook your hand, Billy.
No, I don't think he reached me because there was a lot of people trying to.
Yeah, but definitely, I think it's very personal. Saying a lot, it says a lot to me how you're gonna reach out. I mean, obviously he was saying hi to his friend, but shake hands of fans and whatnot. And when I say nice show,